Okay, if you're in ZBrush, you first have to have your model and then you have to decimate it, and you have to be sure that you're not gonna do anything sculpted in that, because once you decimate it, there's no way you're going back. So you put it as you save it as an OBJ. So you bring the OBJ, first you load the reference. Let's have this guy. And whenever like you save this, it's always gonna look for the same references. And sometimes if you move the OBJ from the place that it was before, it's not gonna like load your scene or anything. Okay, so let's start. I normally use Topogun with just using the half of like the model, and then I mirror it, and that's how like I merge it. So okay, so this cross right here is the simple create. You will always use that. That's for creating quads. Then I'll tell you about the bridge, the tubes, and extrude. Okay, so first let's create the line in the middle. You take the simple edit, select the edges, then you do 0 symmetry, and that would make the line perfectly straight in the middle. Okay. I'll start with the eye first. So you're basically, oh, and the interface to move here is basically Maya, so it's Alt and right click and zoom and all that. Okay, so now we are drawing the eye. We select the bridge one and we connect it. Sometimes Topogun is really clunky and weird, and it will connect to all the like the ways that you want it except the one. So you just like move the vertice where you want it, and that's it. For extrusion, you just select shift and then put the mouse on top of the edge, and you will just extrude. Oh, but sometimes, yeah, like that. Sorry. Sometimes it's weird and you have to just delete it and then do it again, because it just never does it right. Or just bridge it, and then that's a quad. Good places to actually like put stars would be on the nose. Sorry. Like this part, and mostly like, what is that part of the temple? Yes. Thank you. And then the temple. So I'll just create this thing. Okay, wait. No, stop it. Shift, select, and delete, and it will delete the edge. Sometimes. Or delete. Where are you? Delete, there. Sometimes. A tool that I really like is, so when you have like this and it's like you don't like it how it looks, you would choose the brush, then you would choose keep board and relax, and then it will just like, well, it doesn't make it beautiful, but it normally does. Let me put in more edge loop. Yeah, I'll put more and you guys can see it. I always do that. Put an extra one. Okay. Like that. So we'll like kind of relax it. But sometimes I don't like how it looks, so I manually just move it. So it's basically just kind of modeling the topology. Okay. So now that we have a little bit of like edge loops, of course this is not the right edge loops to make a eyelid close, but it's something.
The basic idea.
The basic idea. Yeah, thank you. So now we want to do, oh my god, I erased the line. Haha. Sorry. No. So now we're gonna like connect the way that we might think like it's best, but we're gonna find a star maybe like around here, because these edge loops are going like around it, and these are gonna like go around the face. So let's see how it looks. I don't like that one. To add like another edge loop, sorry, vertex in an edge, you just select shift and the create, simple create, and then you will add like that one. And for example, like if you already have that and you're like, okay, I want to add like, I don't know, a whole line of edge loop, a new edge, you will select shift and then right click, not there, sorry, yeah, there, shift, and then it will just create like a new edge flow, whatever you want to do with that. No. Okay, so there's a star. You guys saw it. T. So the best way to like put the star, I talk to riggers and they say like normally the nose, because when you're gonna do blend shapes, the nose
Doesn't
it's not
move.
it's not gonna move that much. So I would try to put it like here, and then you'll see that here I might have another star, because I would like, well, if I end this one that way, that would be fine. But if I want to put like the edge flow on the back, I will have a star here. Let's see. Where are you? Here. Not there. We have it here. Sorry, I'm thinking. This way. And this one. Well, never mind. I resolve it that way. But sometimes you would have, and then you just put it in a way that like it won't mess up the rig. For the lips, let's do it the same. Mostly it's kind of like the eyes. It's just you will do it around it. Make sure you leave like a straight line here. Sorry, I didn't do that. Sorry, there. So in like, okay, so you're gonna start doing edge, sorry, how do you say this? Edge loops around
the mouth.
around the mouth. And for the crease, that like when you're gonna smile, you're gonna like start putting an edge loop this way. That won't like conflict the way that your mouth, like your upper lip and your down lip will be moving. So that's like really important. Also depends on the rigger, but mostly that's what I do. Let's do this. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. So if I want to connect this, sometimes it just like, look, it's so funky that it doesn't let me. So I just like put it really close, and then it will just like, connect it. But I hate it because sometimes it doesn't let me. I'm like, why? Okay. So the line that I was talking about, you guys, was like here. So you would just like keep moving. Sorry, I'm not gonna do this. Okay. The edge flow this way, and you will connect. Where are you? Here, bridge. That way, and then like that would be better for the creased. For the arms, let's do, there's this like a quick way to do the edge loops here, and it's the tubes. So you choose here in this part like the divisions you want, so you can like have 5, 6, 7. I normally choose 8, and you have to make sure that your camera won't move, because if I, so well, with your right click you're gonna like start doing this, and sometimes you're like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it right, and you move it, then it will move like this little lines, and it won't create the spiral, which is like this thing. So you put it, and then you do right click, and then it just creates like this tube kind of around the arm, and that's just quicker. Okay, so let's delete this. I'm gonna delete it.
Can you do that for the legs too, or is that?
What?
Can you do it for the legs too, or is it mostly for arms?
You can do it for the legs.
It's better not to.
No, you can do it, but you have to make like sure that for the hips it's like a different. I mean, you can do it. I can do it.
No, do that.
Okay. I was gonna delete this thing. Sorry. Let's delete it. So you choose the view. No. Sorry. Make sure you delete all the things. Okay. So you choose a view that you want to do it. You can do it like even frontal. Let's do it this one. You select the tube. You choose the divisions that you want. Let's do like, I don't know, 6. Then with your left click, you start like clicking on the model that you wanted. Don't move the camera, and then with the right click, it will just create the tubes, which is like really fast for arms and legs and the torso. Okay, then I'm gonna try to do this. Let's see. So when you say that you're like basically done for this, I don't think it will let me, but I'm gonna try to do it. So I'm done with the eye, and I just wanna like see how it looks. You look in the menu, it says subdivision and preview. Okay, so this is what you what you have right now. What like Maya would be reading this, but then you see that here like it's not beautiful. So then that's how you can see like, oh, maybe I need more edge loops here, and so I can like add it, and it would be better. And then you just take the preview off and keep working on Topogun with that. Okay, I'm gonna see if this works. So I want to mirror, let's say I finish and I want to mirror to the other side. I would just create symmetry, but let's see if it works. No, it doesn't work. It mostly has to be like a part done. Let me maybe finish the face, and then we can try doing that. No. Here. Look what this is. So while I finish this, I think it's really important to see, I have these images and you guys can take it. So this is like the correct way to do edge loops in the body. So I can pass it to you guys later. You can see like here in the shoulder, it has like this loop going here and then going through the chest, and that would help like with the rotation of the shoulder up and down. So, and then we have a star here, but that would be fine, because like when you close your like arm, you put it down, and it would just like be the simulation of your armpit. So that's like good. And what I was saying to my roommate was like, I didn't do this for my model, and then the rigger was like, okay, so we need a hip because it's gonna move, and like it was a duck, but still we needed a hip. So it's really important that this parts that are gonna be next to the hip, do the edge slope like around the hip, like if you would be simulating a hip, so it will move correctly and it won't like interfere in the movement of the legs. So that's like a good way to show. And then this is the back. You can see all those stuff. On the face that I was showing you guys, this is the correct like edge loop flow. So it's like always around the eyes. Then when it comes like to the face, it's kind of like a mask. Then around the nose, and then around like the lips. And I show you guys like here is like the thing that was going through the crease, so it would be able to move like the mouth and all that. Oh, and here he put like the stars, sorry, here, because mostly on the forehead, like no one's gonna move the forehead, or like unless you want to do eyebrows, but you can put them like up, more up. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this thing.
I know for sure you can find both of those images if you just Google like
Yeah.
topology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish and I'll talk for a second?
Yeah. I finish and then you can talk.
Alright. So like as a rigger, and if you're working on your scene in your film, it's good to talk to your model or talk to your character designer even. I know Jeff Light, the head of the Visifex, I think, he tells a story about how he's the reason the penguins of Madagascar have legs. Because they'd show these penguins and their little blobs on these feet that would stick out of their bodies. And then on a storyboard, these penguins had legs and they were kicking through a door like a karate chop. And he's like, those are two different rigs. That's not gonna work for 3D. It works for 2D, but not 3D. So you kind of have to keep like your eye out when you're working on the film. And everybody needs to talk to each other because otherwise you might run into a problem. Your modeler does the retopology and like you see something as a rigger afterwards and you tell them too late and it just kind of slows down the process. So it's good to like know good edge flow even if you're not going to be the one retopologizing something. Keep an eye out and see like if you need things to deform in certain ways, make sure there aren't stars, which is like when 5 edges meet.
Yeah.
Definitely no tries, but the modelers know that. Trying to think what else. Stars are unavoidable on the face because you have all
Yeah.
these different circles going around the mouth, the eyes, and they all have to connect. So it's just good to figure out where the best placement for those will be.
The important thing about the stars is when you do your deformations, they're going to make a pinch or a wrinkle. So you want to put them in places that it makes sense, like where a muscle would crease. Like that's why they're on the back, sort of where your shoulders pinch together in that that image that she showed you. So just try and keep them in areas like that.
Yeah. So
Topology also makes your skin weighting so much easier now.
Yes, good topology makes it so easy.
Yeah.
Selecting a whole edge loop for like when she was showing you the leg, it's easier to select the whole edge loop around the leg instead of like a grid of trying to like get the right ones in the right places.
Yeah, and when it comes to the 5-point star for the nose, keep it closer to the bridge of the nose and not the nostrils because you have more movement in the nostrils than the bridge.
So here's I was extruding, guys. So I'm gonna back forward because it was just quicker to do it. So I was extruding here. You shift select all the things, the edges, sorry, and then you take this like arrow up and you extrude. Not that way, sorry, that way. And so it's just easier to take like the vertices here. So you take the 2 vertices and you put merge. And it will just like, instead of doing a quad or adding a quad, you just like merge it, which is easier. Let's see if I can do the symmetry of this. I don't know, but maybe it will let me. Okay, yeah. So now you see this beautiful thing. And you, like, as I told you before, you just select the 2 vertices that are gonna be merged and it's gonna turn like in one. And then that's it. Like that's how I do it here. For the people that prefer doing it in Maya, you just like finish the whole side of like the body and then import it to Maya, mirror it, and then merge the middle vertices. I just like doing it here because I don't know, I don't like Maya, so I just like doing it here. It's just quicker. So yeah, for the hands, let's see. I'm gonna talk about the hands a little bit. Okay, so mostly we divide the hands in half for also the people that are gonna using it. So we use like, I'm gonna draw it, but we use like, the edge would be like exactly here. You know, like dividing the hand in into halves, the upper and the down one. And you're definitely gonna find stars here, but the best way to put them is like on, what do you say this part?
Oh, between the
Fingers? Yeah, like between the fingers, like there.
Inside?
So it won't like, well, like when you do this, it won't create like a how do you say
Pinch
that?
or crease.
A pinch or crease, yeah. The hands are take more time, but like, as you can Google them and see them, and depending on the studio that you're gonna work, they do hands differently. Sometimes they would just do like the separate fingers, as I was doing with the ring thing here. Sometimes they would just like do that and then connect it and then separate this one. But I personally just like doing it separate. I don't like doing this rings, because sometimes the thing with like topology is that sometimes you're doing like a flow and it has, I don't know, for example, you end up with 8 vertices, but you have to connect them to 4 or 1, and then you have to figure out where to put the edge loops, and then it kind of messes it up. So it's easier to just plan it first, and then you can just decide how you want it. But definitely you need to divide the hand in half. That's like a thing you must do. It will take more time to do it, but basically, and I can show you guys like a picture. Let's see. Okay, so here you see like most of the stars are in this place. I mean, it's inevitable because like, of course, the edge flow here is gonna go around like the thumb. But for me, I like more like that, because remember, when you're rigging a hand, you have to have the movement of like the knuckles. So it's important to have like, maybe not here that it shows the knuckles if you want to, but just like the 3 edges to divide like the fingers. That would be great. Yeah, mostly like that's an easy hand to do, and I kind of like it. That ZBrush, but still like it divides it. So that's basically Topogun. It's not really difficult. Yeah, that's basically it, guys.
Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
What was the tool that you used to like straighten the edge? Does that make like this smooth?
It's called zero symmetry. You just select the middle edge loops and just put zero symmetry, and then it will make it like straight. Yeah. How an ugly model. Yeah.
How do you check for blow-ups?
For what?
Blow-ups to make sure it knuckles up properly in your subdivisions.
What do you mean?
Making sure that this lower is going to match up properly with the higher version.
Oh, like when you have ZBrush and you project it? Like that's what you mean?
I mean, hit you with the subdivision button, like the on the top.
Yeah.
See if you have any blow-ups.
I don't know what blow-ups is.
It's like between when your points just.
Ah, that never happened to me. Oh, now I have to learn something else. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to say something. So when you're exporting this to Maya as an OBJ, so you select like subdivision, preferences, and Topogun would add like 3 edge loops extra on whatever you did. So it's better if you have a low poly here, because when you like export it in Maya, it's gonna be like super high poly. So I normally just like do 1 subdivision, and if you're gonna do ZBrush, I put CTL. So that's how I do it, and then like just subdivision save, and I just put like save the OBJ. Of course that's gonna be ugly, but then that's it, and you just export it in Maya as an OBJ, and that's gonna be it. But yeah.
So what does it automatically say?
As an OBJ? Yeah.
Where?
Oh, where you want to save it. Like, I put it in the desktop right now because I'm working there. But, yeah. That's it.
Which one do you tend to find harder, the hands or the facial expression?
I feel like the hands. The facial is more cool to me. because you know it's the face of your character, and like I think it's more
More enjoyable
appealing.
to do.
Yeah, enjoyable. Yeah.
Sorry. How do you do like to go into the other world where you only see like the polygons preview kind of?
So you mean like the preview mode and retop at the same time?
To see it when it's what you have right now, when it's orange.
Ah, subdivision preview.
Yeah.
That one. Okay.
And is there a tool if you have like two edge loops? Is there a tool to add another one like in between those two? Let's say that you have like two circles.
Yeah.
And is there a tool so you can just add another one, or do you have to
Between
do it like
eyes.
manually?
I do it manually. Like, as I said, the shift and the cross here, I just like added like that.
Okay, so you use it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So I'll model like this, how would you get in mouth?
Well, in this one, it won't because it's not open. But you mostly model it like an ugly pose like this. And then you will go in the mouth and you would do it. Like you have to see it because here it's closed, so of course I don't see
Sorry,
anything.
this is like a quick grab of the model.
Yeah, this was a model. Yeah. That's it.
Alright, no more questions?
Thank you, Eugenia.
Yes.
Yes. Here? Oh, it's because I don't connect it. You just like select the two edges and you just merge it. So a vertex will be just one. But of course I did a mess and now I have a thing there. But yeah, I just merged them to not create triangles.